Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our latest Infinit-I Client Success webinar, where today we are going to talk about the quiz engine. So while we are waiting for folks to join us, just a couple things about this event that we're doing today. First and foremost, some introductions. I'm Craig Hart. I'm part of our events team here at Vertical Alliance Group. If you've sat in on any of our previous webinars, you have seen my face and heard my voice. And my co-host today is Amber Robertson, and she is a member of our client success team. I'm sure that some of you on this call today work with her very closely. Amber, we're very glad to have you with us today.
I'm excited to be here today as well, and looking forward to the webinar.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so just a couple things is we do want to make sure that as we are talking about our subject today, some of you might have questions about specific details or functionality. The easiest way for us to get those questions from you is through the chat function. So go ahead and click on the chat button, which is on your main menu. That's going to open up a smaller chat window. And then at the very bottom of that smaller chat window, there's a little thing that says hosts and panelists. And if you click on that, it gives you the option for everyone. And that way, if you have a question, everyone can see that question, including myself and Amber, and then we can answer that on the call today. So looks like some of you have already fired up your chat. Hi, Liz, good morning. But let us know who you are and where you're joining us from today while you guys are getting that up and running. We'd love to see who's with us this morning. Now, a little bit about the quiz engine. Actually, tell you what, I'm going to take a little bit more of a historical look kind of at the last several months of what we have been doing with the platform. So if you have been joining us month after month in 2022, you have been able to see that there's a progression of things that are rolling out quarterly right now for new enhancements for the platform. So back in Q1, it was user management. The entire facelift that section got to make that easier for folks to navigate and get through. And then in Q2, we redid group management to make that easier to navigate as well and to carry over some of the same stylistic elements as the user management. So it had the same layout, the same navigation. And we also made some enhancements to notifications in that quarter as well. And then that brings us to Q3. And we've got some great stuff planned for this quarter and into next quarter. Starting with the quiz engine, it's really this is the first step of what this particular function is going to be. It's got a fancy name, but really it deals with how are quiz questions displayed for users that are going through the training content. It's one of those things that you all have graciously provided feedback for us about what you like and don't like and wish we would improve upon. And we have embraced that and are moving forward with a new version of the quiz functionality so that your students, as they're going through it, have some new quality of life enhancements that Amber will show us. But it's really kind of the first step in some additional bigger projects that we want to do. The biggest being media management. And media management, the easiest way to describe that is a lot of you have been asking for the ability to upload your own training content. And the media manager is that functionality. But we had to get this quiz engine piece done because this is what's going to help you build the quizzes that happen for the end of your content also. So think of quiz engine as part one, leading us into media management and additional expanded functionality. So there's great things on the horizon. This is not the last time you're going to be hearing from us this quarter about enhancements. In fact, you see on their dashboards is the next subject that we're going to be doing a webinar about. You will probably be seeing an invite for that go out before the end of this month. So it will be in August that we help hold that session. But we want to bring you guys up to speed on what these things do before they go live so that you understand how they work and so forth. Because you know we are not big fans of turning new functions on, wishing you the best of luck and going out of town for a long holiday. We want to make sure that you don't have questions and that you know how everything works. So thank you guys for firing in on chat there. We got a large cross section of folks from all over. That's great. That's great. We appreciate you joining us. All right, so Amber, I am going to turn the floor over to you so that you can show everyone the goodness here. Let me stop sharing my screen so you can share yours.
Okay, well, good morning, everybody. My name, of course, is Amber Robertson, and I am a client success rep, and I've been with Vertical Alliance for almost a year now, and really enjoy it, and have enjoyed the relationships I've been able to build with our clients and also with the drivers in the time that I've been here, and I'm excited to show you another new feature that we're going to be adding to the site. So I am going to go ahead here, and I am going to share my screen. So that way you all can see our site here to see the quiz engine feature. And so for all of you here, admins, I'm sure this screen looks really familiar. And real quick, since we are on the screen, as Craig did mention, we are here shortly. This dashboard screen is actually going to have dashboards on it, and it's going to have real live data information about your users and your assignments and their progress. And so the webinar for that is actually going to be on August 9th. If y'all want to go ahead and pencil the date in for that, and you'll be getting an invite in your email for that shortly, but we're pretty excited about that, and I think y'all are going to like it as well. And also, as Craig mentioned, we've made a lot of additional features to the site this year, user management, group management, changes with content and notifications. And so we're always looking for ways to make improvements. And most of these features that we've added have been improvements for the admins. But the great thing about Quiz Engine is it is an improvement for your users. And so what we've done is we have taken and we have changed how the quizzes look and function within the site. And so I think you all are hopefully going to be pretty excited about this. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and show you how our quizzes currently look and function. And then I'm going to show you how they're going to look now with Quiz Engine. And so I'm going to go ahead here and go in and I'm going to start class, and we're going to start watching our piece of content here. And so this is one of the pieces that's going to show the old quiz function. And so we're going to go ahead and click on not attempted. And then I'm going to go ahead and actually fast forward through the video to get to the quiz section here. And so I'm just going to grab my scroll bar here down at the end, and we're going to take it all the way down here to the very end. And you're going to see our quiz pops up. And right now, when you look at the quiz, you'll notice a few things. Like we've got this gray background. It doesn't really look like it flows with the site. You'll notice there's a couple of buttons down here that don't seem to have any functionality. You can click this and expand, but it doesn't do anything. And then, of course, there's a volume button if you decide that your quiz is too loud and you need to adjust the volume in your quiz. Not sure why you would want to do that, but that function is there. And so you'll notice as you go through and you answer your questions, and it does show your progress up here, and it has your questions, your answers, and then it has the next button down here. And so once you select it, you're going to hit your next button, and it'll take you to the next question. And then you'll answer your next question, and it's going to take you again that next button. And that's the only option you have right now. You don't have anything else. And then, of course, we do have our back and our X button up here. And if you were to click one of those, it would just automatically pop you back out of the quiz, and you'd have to go in and do it again. And so once you've answered your question and you've gotten all the way here to the end of your quiz, and answered your last question, and again, you're going to hit that next button. And when this happens, either one of two things is going to happen. You're going to have another button down there that's going to say continue, and you'll have a pop-up that'll pop up and it'll say lessons, learning session complete. Or for some of these, for instance, you don't get anything after you've answered the last question, and you just have to go up and hit the X or the back button and go back out to the classroom. And then you can see complete and pass. But a lot of the times what will happen is drivers will come to that point, they'll think, oh, I'm done, and they'll just close the browser without actually hitting the X or the back button to complete the quiz. And so that's what our current quiz version looks like. And so now
I'm sure some folks on the call with us today have had to deal with that too, walking through drivers through that functionality, which we freely admit is not super clear, especially for people who are not technically savvy of what to do next. So that is one of the reasons that we're doing this upgrade.
Yes, definitely. And the other thing too is the way that it currently looks with that gray screen and the other features is sometimes if you're on a phone or in the app, it doesn't always look as smooth, and sometimes it can be hard to see everything. So that's the other improvement with the new feature that we've added here in changing the quiz. So now that I've showed you the old version, we're going to go in and we're going to talk about the new version of the quiz. And so we're going to go in here to our other video in here with our other quiz engine. So we're going to click not attempted again. I'm going to go ahead and push the play button, and then I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to go ahead and scroll to the end so that way we can see the quiz. Oh, come on, work with me here. There. Okay, well, we're going to watch the last couple of seconds. There we go, because it wasn't wanting to cooperate. So now you'll notice the quiz looks completely different. And so we've added several features here. And one of the first things that I want to point out up here that we've added to the quiz engine is on the quiz itself, it now tells you the name of the assignment and the name of the piece of content. And so if the great thing about this is if you have a driver that's having an issue, you can take a screenshot of this screen right here and you can email it to your CSR, and it's going to give us the name of the assignment and the name of the piece of content, so we have the information that we need to figure out what's going on for troubleshooting purposes. So also too, you'll notice we've taken our question progress and we've moved it over here to this side of the screen. And something else you'll notice that is gone. There's no longer a gray background. You can see it looks just like the rest of the site, and it looks like it actually fits and it flows. And then down here, you'll notice we've got a couple of buttons. There's a previous button in addition to our next button, but you'll also notice right now they're grayed out and you can't actually click on any of the options yet. And so you've got your questions and you have your answers, and you'll notice when I take and I select my answer here, you see that that next button is now available for me to click on it and move to the next question. And so once you've moved to your next question, you'll now see that your previous button is now available. So one of the changes is your drivers now have the ability to go back and review their questions. So if they get to question 4 and decide, did I select the correct answer for question 1? They can go back and reread the question and relook at the answers and select a different answer if they would like to. And so again, once you've selected, we're going to go ahead and we're going to keep going. And now we are at question 3. And let's say your drivers get interrupted, they've got something else they've got to go do. And they go up here and they go to click this back button, or they go to click on the X. They're going to get a pop-up that's going to say, you have not completed the quiz. Do you want to exit? So it's going to kind of send that flash to them and go, oh, wait a minute, maybe I don't want to close out of this and I want to go ahead and finish. And so they can click cancel, and they can go ahead and they can continue with their quiz and continue answering their questions. And so again, we're going to select true, or our correct answer, and we're going to select next. And then now, and again, you'll notice if they don't select an answer, that next button's not available. So they do have to select an answer to be able to go to the next question.
I love that previous button though. So for those of you that, I know that there's some of you on this call that may pay additional money when your folks are going through training. You pay by course, you pay by extra time. And every time someone has to retake that quiz, because on the previous version of the quiz engine, you answered it, you were committed to that answer. You could not go back and change your mind, even if you got to the next question and went, oh, I really meant to press B instead of C. You had to live with it, and then you'd have to go back and go through the quiz all over again. Well, now they can go back and review their answers immediately, which should cut down on the number of attempts that across your population of drivers that they'll have to take, because they can go back and they can check their work, and they're not married to that answer until they get to the very end of the quiz, which I love.
Yes, that is definitely, because, I don't know about y'all, but I know, when I was in school and taking quizzes and tests, there were many times that I'd select one answer to a question, I'd go down to 4 questions later, and then I would go back thinking about that and go to change my answer. And so this gives them the ability to do that. So now you'll notice, so I have I'm at question 5 of 5. I've selected that last answer, and you'll now see over here, instead of a next button, there is now a complete button. So we finished our quiz now, and we can go ahead and push that complete button. But before I do that, I want to show you something real quick, because your drivers are going to be used when they're done with their quiz to clicking this X up here. So if I were to click this X, now that I've answered the last question, I'm still going to get a pop-up that's going to say I have not completed the quiz. Because with the new feature, they're going to want to go down here once they've answered that last question, and they're going to want to press that complete button. And once you press that complete button, what it's going to do is it is automatically going to take your users, it's going to take them back out to the classroom, it's going to show them if they have completed it or if they have failed it, and what the grade is that they've made on the quiz. So there's no longer the need for them to hit that X or to see that learning session complete. It's automatically going to take them directly back out to the classroom. And also, now that we've got this quiz engine, this has laid the groundwork for additional features that are going to be coming in the future within the quizzes, of some additional features that you're going to be able to have and add in. And then again, as Craig did mention earlier, this is laying the groundwork for y'all to be able to upload your own custom content. And the great thing about that is you can record a video, upload it, and assign it out all in the same day without having to reach out to us to upload your content for you. And so that is a great feature that we will have available for y'all soon. And this will make it easier for your drivers when they're going in and taking their quizzes and watching their videos.
I like how it streamlines that navigation for them, so they don't have to figure out how to get back to the main menu. It's going to take them there right away. So if they've got additional training items, they know exactly what they have left, and they're ready to go. So
yes.
So I love that. So I've got a question from Liz in Houston. Can they retake the test immediately without going to the video again? That's a company setting you can set up, that you can make it so that if they are not successful on attempt 1, and they can go through, basically fast forward through the video so they can watch the part that they missed and then retake the quiz. So it's not a complete go back in and retake immediately at this point, but it is an expedited process. And that's just a company setting that your CSR can help you set up.
Yes.
Because we know that happens. Sometimes if you miss one quiz question, you don't need to watch a 15-minute video over again. You just need to see that chunk that you had issues with. So when will the quiz engine roll out for assignments?
Yes. Okay. So what we are going to be doing over the next few days is our most used videos. You'll see the quiz is start to update, and we're going to do that on a few videos. That way we can test and make sure that everything is working smoothly. And then once that happens, you'll see all the content will be updated with the new quiz.
So will we be sending out a notification to everyone once that's gone live, Amber, that you're aware of? That might be an Alex question.
Probably an Alex question. Alex.
Okay. Alex is in chat with us right now.
Okay.
So he should be able to furnish us an answer there. So Alex said, yes, there will be a notification that will go out to everyone once this has been turned on live for everyone. So.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, typically what we do when we have these new enhancements, we kind of invite a handful of folks in to try and break it before we invite everybody in. So we have been doing some testing on this already with some groups that volunteered to participate, and we're just continuing to add additional folks to make sure that whenever we invite someone new, there's always the potential they could break it in a new and exciting way, and we want to give that a chance before we turn that on for the entire population. So, but it will be coming. This is something imminent. We don't show things in these types of webinars unless this is something that is going to be in your hands very, very soon. So, because we've got to get this up and running and in your hands before we meet together again on August 9th about the dashboard. So this is definitely going to be something you have your hands on the next couple of weeks. So that's awesome. No, I think this is going to be a great time saver for students. So folks that have to go through the system, being able to navigate it quicker, being able to check their answers, that alone is going to be huge, because I'm like you, Amber. Sometimes I'm not paying attention, or I get fat fingered and I click on the wrong button and pick the wrong answer. And I know immediately after I've done it that it's the wrong answer, but I have to live with it. not having to have to live with that now is wonderful.
Right. Yes, definitely. I definitely agree with that. So I did want to mention, and I know that Alex is responding to some of these questions that are in the chat, but I know they had asked about the ability for them to be able to retake. In the future, with some of the changes that come with Quiz Engine, we will have an option for each client to be able to enable a retake of the quiz right away. And then also, Charlene had asked about if she's got training assigned for the year and if the quizzes will change on those. And he said it will update the quizzes, but it's not going to make any impact to the assignments.
And we did get a question from Andre about improving the contrast on the screen to make the sections pop a little bit better. That right now, I'm not aware is in the immediate development pipeline, but Andre, a wonderful thing about these webinars that we do is that our IT director is lurking in the background right now, and we are actively getting feedback from the folks that we work with, our clients, about things that would make a difference and improve the quality of life and the use of the system. So he's got a long list that I'm sure he can add this to, and I will see what happens. So if I need help with assignments, who can I reach out to? Pam, that's a great question. Your CSR, they can help you set up training. They can help you add users, deactivate users, pull reports. They can do anything that you need them to do. If you need them to help educate other people on your team as well, they can set up trainings, or if you just need an extra set of hands to be able to do that work because you're running like a crazy person already, which I know many of you are, you're super busy, they can do that too. So, and usually you guys have kind of a primary and then sort of two backup CSRs in case, you know, we let people like Amber go on vacation, which we do from time to time. But absolutely, your CSR can do that for you.
Yes, definitely.
So got a question, can the ability to retake the test without rewatching the video be set up now? That is not part of this version of the quiz engine. So, and how do we know who our CSR is? That's a great question. So we can help you get aligned with that after the call today. That's not an issue. And also, you may be receiving emails and phone messages from people identifying themselves with Vertical Alliance Group as your client success representative. Those are our CSRs. Those are the people that are assigned to work with your organization and have done the work on the back end also to take a look at what you guys do in the platform to make sure they're aware of what you're trying to accomplish with the system, because everybody has different goals of what you're trying to get done, and we want to make sure that you're hitting those goals. Speaking of that, I want to segue into the dashboard. Just want to talk just a itty bitty bit about that because it also dovetails into something else that we also do. The dashboard is basically going to be a way to graphically represent the activity that you're doing in the system. So if you wanted to have just a quick visual guide that you can look at that shows how the training program is performing, your participation rate, the amount of training that you're getting out the door, those sorts of things, that is what the dashboard will allow you to do. But we also have the ability to do a one-on-one version of that with you that we call our quarterly business review. Some of you on the call may have already been through that. And the quarterly business review it's just an opportunity for us to sit down with you every 3 months and kind of go, hey, here's the state of the state. How is the training going? How is participation looking? What does your training into the future look like? Are you on track to knock down whatever you're trying to achieve, whether that's improving CSA, reducing accidents, preparing for your insurance on it, and you want to have a nice, exciting safety report that shows oodles and oodles and oodles of completed training at 100%. So we want to make sure that we are zeroed in on what you need to accomplish so that we can help you stick with that throughout the year. Because if you're successful, then we're successful and we continue to work together. And if we're not paying attention to what you need, then that doesn't happen. And one of the easiest ways for us to do that is this quarterly business review. And we'll be able to check in with you and make sure that that you're on track and on target from what we understand and know about how successful our platform is and how it works to be able to align with your goals. So that quarterly business review, if that's something that you'd like to participate, I'm going to go ahead and throw some questions up on the screen here. Just let us know and we'll have your CSR reach out to you to schedule that. And then Also, for anyone who is interested in being a guinea pig is probably not the right term, but a tester of future functionality and would like to be someone that's invited in to get kind of the first look at new things like the quiz engine, and you'd like to participate at that level, we are always looking for folks who are interested in trying to break this thing before we turn it live. And you guys have great feedback for us as well. That is invaluable. Let us know and we can get you in on the rotation for that too. And then last but not least, the great resignation is continuing, everyone. And our sister company, BetterTruckDrivingJobs.com, is giving everyone a free year of job postings. So if you'd like to take advantage of that offer as well, because every arrow in your quiver is helpful to keep and retain staff, not just at the driver level anymore, but in any position that you have in your organization. And, you know, take advantage of it. It costs you nothing, and it gives you a great opportunity to also test some different messaging as well, see what people are responding to. So that's the third question there on our poll. But other than that, Amber, do you have anything else for our guests that have joined us today?
Just I would like to reiterate again, because I have seen the dashboards, and so I do know what they look like, and I really think that y'all are going to like them, especially for, you know, the clients that you run a lot of reports, because you're always keeping up with what your drivers are doing. The dashboards are really going to help and make that a lot easier. So I recommend that everybody register for that webinar on the 9th of August. So
Absolutely.
you can see and learn all about the dashboards. So
no, I love the dashboard because some of you have to share how well it works with other people within your organization. And some of you have to put these reports together and pretty graphics together on your own. What if we could help you do that? What if we could very quickly give you some kind of visual representation of how well you are doing in the system that you could then share with anybody in your organization that would need to see that. So I'm excited about dashboards. I think it'll be great.
yes. So, and then also, you know, the foundation with Quiz Engine for the additional features, and then for y'all being able to upload your own content.
I know some of you are going to be blowing us up the very day that goes live. So we don't have a date for when that will be live yet. So, but it is imminent. It is currently in testing right now. So, but my IT director is not scared of us at least mentioning that aloud on this call today. So, but other than that, gang, we'll be back again in front of you very, very soon, August 9th, for the new functionality. So be on the lookout for those invites, as they will be going out very, very soon. And we'll talk about dashboards then. But otherwise, Amber, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate you.
You are welcome. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you, everyone who joined us. We appreciate you as well. And everyone, be safe out there. Thank you.
Bye.